view of the surrounding neighborhood. It's a very sizable backyard. Here's the property from the rear. Fenced-in backyards aren't all that common here. As you can see, not everyone does it. But this is the house from the back.
This question, why wouldn't you want to buy in the slow season, which is around October, I'm assuming, so that you can just sit on it with a renter over the winter and then wait for the high season?
Exactly, and that's what I've been doing with a lot of other ones. As I mentioned, there's been some that I flipped with the tenant in place, sort of as a package. So that's what I would do. I would get it around slow season when prices are a little bit lower, and you know, I have someone come right around the corner, right, you know, 2 weeks later and want to buy it. Great, I'll float it. No reason to keep it, but if I need to, I'll wait a couple more months till it gets picks up a little bit, and then they get a tenant on top of that if it's an investor. So, yeah, that's just another strategy. Yeah,
So
there's different ways to approach it, just depending on the particular house, location, the price points.
Yeah.
You know, here it's a little bit different. Most of the other houses that I flipped, they're in price points where they're very attractive to investors that also buy them in cash. In, you know, 30s and high 20s and 30s and low 40s. You know, then they'll go in and they'll renovate them, they'll put a tenant in there, they'll do all that work. For this one is a little bit different. You'll have someone who'll come in and they'll 99% be an owner occupant. They're going to get they'll have to get a mortgage, and you know, so for that reason, I have to market it toward them. Because I have to know who my end buyer is going to be for every deal before I even get into it. You know, because that's going to sort of decide what strategy I'm going to.
So you actually knew who you thought would probably buy this place?
Yeah, so I target certain buyers. So with a lot of my properties, I say, you know what, this is going to be targeted toward an investor. Because a lot of people, you know what, if it's a property that's $30,000, I'm not going to sit there and wait for you to get your mortgage. So I'm going to expect you to buy it cash. If you're going to have $30,000 in cash, you're probably not going to be an owner occupant, because if you have $30,000 in cash, you probably don't want to live in a $30,000 house. And so I know that they're going to be investors. Few and far in between. I have buyers who have saved up all their lives and they'll buy a townhome for $40,000 to $50,000 and they'll actually live there. But or people who come out of divorces, they have certain settlements and they want to make sure they don't have to worry about rent or mortgage for the rest of their lives. That happens as well. But more commonplace is that in that price range you'll have an investor, and in this price range you'll have an owner occupant, someone who's going to appreciate the 3,000 plus square feet and all this space, and you know, the master bedroom, you know, that fits most condos in other markets.
But which is not to say that you couldn't put a high-profile renter in here that had no intention to buy it, because there's probably a market for that somewhere.
And that's true, because some people may have the cash flow but not have the credit to qualify.
Well, especially like with Coca-Cola and all these like international companies around, they probably have new people coming in.
Or people from markets that are 10 times as high as this. So you like I have a lady in New York right now. She is relocating, and she can't purchase here just yet, but she is looking for this type of a house. So she's looking to rent for the next 6 months, and then actually buy the property. So it'll be a great place for her to find something that she already likes. She doesn't have to keep moving, you know, twice a year. So. And that's, again, just another opportunity. Whether it's going to be her or not, I'm not sure yet. There may be a buyer who comes before then and wants to just pay full price, and it'll be easier than waiting another 6 months or waiting for her to establish credit here in Georgia and qualify and things like that. So,
Cool.
My question is long. You have to ask yours first, Biddy.
No, I was just going to make a comment.
Okay, make your
I
comments.
find it amazing that we can have a business meeting in the bathroom. It's that big.
and there's more space for more of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. It's a kind of a longer question. So can you describe to me what you're doing with this house, what you've done already, and what you're going to do, and what you plan on buying it for and plan on selling it for?
Sure. So, the key strategy was to pick up this house for a low enough price where there's room to actually be able to renovate it and then resell it for a profit. The most important thing this house needs is a really nice paint job, because the colors here are really not friendly. When people come into something that looks like this, and downstairs we saw colors that are red and blue and bright orange, they really can't see themselves, so you have to paint it a color that is a clean slate, and they can come in and imagine their pictures and their furniture, and so that's number one. There are a couple of things. This house needs a brand new kitchen, and so we'll do that. And for this type of a house, we'll go with higher end materials, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, something that's going to attract women and that are going to want to stay. And it needs a new water heater and 2 AC units. And other than that, it's a little bit of cosmetic work, new fixtures, electrical fixtures here and there, and pretty much it's good to go. We have great comps here that have sold or at least are under contract with very, very few days on the market for $105,000. We don't yet know what it's sold for. That'll post when that sale actually closes, but it gives us a lot of space here and gives us a great budget and then an oops factor.
Right. So what you're saying is that this house has very comparable properties in the same neighborhood that are selling in and around the $100,000 to $105,000 range already, that have already transacted.
Correct.
And this property with the fenced-in backyard
It's currently under contract for $67,000.
So you're buying it for about $67,000 and hope to resell it at 100 or a little bit above 100. Now you think the total renovation will be what, between 15?
I'm hoping to keep it between 10, at 10, but no more than 15,000.
Right. So between 10 and 15,000. So your all-in cost would be no more than 85.
80 would probably be my
Target, right? So you're looking at about a $20,000 lift. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, and so you said the general things are the paint, the appliances, the kitchen, and what else?
2
Anything else?
AC units.
2 AC units, right? So we're going to walk around the property, and you can just point out what you think you see in terms of needing to be changed.
Yeah, so this just needs a uniform paint throughout.
Can you tell us where we are right now?
This is the master bedroom.
Master bedroom.
Right.
It seems like every room, I'm just going to go back in here one second. Every room in this house seems like it's a different color. The master bedroom is about 3 shades of brown.
And pink.
And a pink in the corner, yeah. And the master bathroom, which is very large and has 2 walk-in closets. What's the square footage of the house?
Just a little bit under 3,200 square feet.
3,200 square feet. That's a big house. That's a big house for less than $70,000 under contract, even if you have to pour an additional 10 to paint it. Here's the main walk-in closet. Massive. Very high ceilings. How high are these ceilings? 10, 12 feet?
This has to be at least 12 feet, but it's probably higher.
Well, that one's probably 15 at the peak, but in here it's quite high as well. And so here's your brown, and then there's your pink section of the main master bedroom.
I think a clown owned this house.
It must have been a clown house.
This is your laundry room.
Laundry facilities, yeah. Now, would you purchase laundry appliances, or would they?
I probably would for this type of house.
You want everything turnkey for that investor or that owner occupant? So this is the green room, or
And
it's like an
for
ashy.
guest rooms to have tray ceilings, but this one does have that extra room factor. Very, very nice view from here.
Was this a bank room?
Yes, this is a good one.
Now we have the purple room. Biddy.
This is where they train the jaguar in this room.
As you can see, the sweater matches nicely with the rooms.
How long did it take for you to close or to, I don't know, negotiate and get the deal accepted with the bank?
This particular one took about a week.
1 week from offer to close to offer to acceptance.
Correct.
Hall closet.
And with bank-owned properties, it can take 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks. And even then, they might come back, with multiple offers, and it can be extensive delays. But I'm surprised that this room didn't get a paint job.
I'm surprised as well, but white is not represented in many places except the trim. So.
Did you put something special in your office so you can deal with
No,
some competition?
no, I mean, I don't know, you know, given the price, it's easy to sort of get carried away, and certainly with this house, it's gorgeous, so it's easy to be able to say, all right, I'll pay another $1,000, another $1,000, but,
Yeah.
you know, I try to go in with a certain limit, and I've done, you know, so many that I say, well, if I don't get this one, there will be another one down the road.
So other than paint in this room, are there any modifications you see?
Well, it needs new flooring. This is obviously ripped up a little bit. Yeah, there is a full bathroom downstairs, which is great because it can double up this can double up as either a fifth bedroom,
Yeah.
or, you know, depending on your lifestyle and purposes, this could be another sitting area. If I were to live here, this would be my office. It has nice French doors, and it's right at the front of the house, and it's nice for people to not have to walk through your living space to get in if they needed to. So. And then you have access from here and from the hallway.
What do you call this stuff here on the wall?
Yeah. Hang on, to go back down. This is very common to just have in dining rooms. But, join and blend.
I like that double entry bathroom.
Yes. Here, you know, my dream would be if I were to paint it beige color to put in coffered ceilings.
What's a coffered ceiling?
Coffered ceilings is this pattern where it's like a checkered. There will be beams running through the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then the chandelier from here. It's called coffered ceiling. I can show you a picture of that. It has a very nice effect. But we'll just see where we are with the budget, and if there are no other oops factors, we can definitely do
Okay, can you explain the kitchen for me, please?
Yeah, so this kitchen walked away at some point of time, whether it was the previous owner or later on, I'm not sure. Just depending on what kind of flooring and finishes we'll pick out, this will be a higher end kitchen, not laminate. We'll choose nicer products with granite countertop. And then we'll run through here, maybe like a wine rack above it. You know, there seems to be enough space in other cabinets. So, and there'll be stainless steel appliances and possibly an island here.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure. And they've got this funky pattern on the wall that needs to go. But for the living area?
Really great paint job and, you know, new floors, new carpet throughout.
Yeah. And this is the garage?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really score on this one.
Are you getting rid of the carpets?
2-car garage. Sorry, what did you say about the carpet?
Well, she asked me if we were picking it up, and I said, well, likely to put in higher end laminate, probably 10 or 12.3 millimeter thickness of laminate.
And how much would that cost per square foot installed?
$2.
This is the house from the front and the surrounding neighborhood. Again, the details on this house, $67,000 under contract currently. $67,000, full brick front, as are most of the houses on this neighborhood or on this street. I believe one of the exact same pattern houses, maybe the one on the corner, maybe this one, was recently sold for as much as $105,000. After $15,000 of reno, this property should sell in around $100,000 as well. Here's the view from the garage side. So it needs carpet, it needs paint, a really good paint job because it's right now just a myriad of colors, and it needs AC units and a kitchen. But beyond that, overall a very decent property.